Good morning, everybody. This is Lincoln Kenobi here, and we are here to talk about The Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. Elrond actor Robert Aramayo says intention behind Elrond kissing Galadriel was the controversy. Okay, but here is the problem, dude. You and I both know that the Rings of Power is not even going accurate with the Middle Earth lore. They're not. If you saw my last video about that Elrond is the godson of Galadriel, this should have never have happened, bro. Never have happened. These showrunners don't give a damn about the fans. They don't care, man. They just want to put bits and pieces in together, bro, and ruin it. So let's discuss this article. Actor Robert Aramayo, who plays Elrond, Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, recently claimed that the intention behind his scene showing his character kissing Galadriel was a controversy. YouTuber Nerd Cookies, aka Elaine, shared the clip of the scene to X and wrote, "Just when you thought couldn't get worse, you sweet summer child, it can always get worse." Yeah. In YouTube's video discussing the scene, she also commented, "This didn't happen. This didn't need to happen. This was specifically contrived by the showrunners to elicit a certain reaction. It is antagonist at this point. It is woefully malicious to insert this into the show. They knew very well what they were doing. Most fans know that this is Elrond's mother-in-law, locking lips. They know that. Payne and McKay, the showrunners, know this. They have read the books. They know very well what they were doing. This willful intent to bastardize Tolkien's work and to antagonize its fans," she said, "you are eliciting this reaction and you deserve to be mocked. So we're going to mock you today." Yeah, man. I mean, they ruined the show. They have put this show into ruin, man. Here we have Elrond who is locking lips with his future mother-in-law, Galadriel, and there's no excuse for it. There's no reason for this thing to exist. From there, she explained that the lead up to the scene, Elrond and the Elven force are going to Aragorn in battle, and they stop. I guess the force, once they see that Adar and the orc army have Galadriel captive, so they all stop, and I guess they're going to negotiate for Galadriel. We're going to forget the fact that Aragorn has been under siege for weeks, I guess, and everyone just stops in there once Galadriel is unveiled, and I guess this indicates they're going into negotiations before the battle actually happens. Negotiations fall through the Adar plans to execute Galadriel. However, Elrond asks to say goodbye. He then kisses her. Nerd Cookies then noted, they're trying to justify this moment, saying that it wasn't romantic, that it was chaste. The entire setup of the scene, there is romantic, epic music swelling at this moment, and he really lingers. This moment seems to last forever. They just linger in that moment. Although prior to this kiss, Elrond takes off his leaf pin on his cape, and then he goes over to Galadriel, and then they have this moment, and then he gives her the pin. So they're saying, oh, well, that was just to distract from him giving her the pin so she can later free herself. Except that's not how a distraction works. You would have to have passed the pin while they were kissing for it to serve as a distraction. But as it occurred, they kissed for quite a while, and then he passed it to her, and I could see it plain as day from the perspective of Adar and all these other orcs watching. The idea that the kiss was used as a distraction is exactly how Aramayo attempts to justify the scene while speaking with Tech Radar. Yalet's Tom Power wrote, considering Elrond uses the kiss as a practical ploy, He gives Galadriel a signal pin during the smooch so she can free herself from handcuffs and change later in the episode. Some sections of the Lord of the Rings global fan base can see the reasoning behind this decision. Amar concurred. That's definitely his motivation. It also a really heightened moment because Elrond thinks it's the last time he's ever going to see her, so it's emotional as well. He then declared, but the intention behind it is exactly that, the controversy. It's the last thing that you would expect him to do in that moment. And if you're in a dangerous situation, surrounded by your enemies, doing something as mocking as that is going to disarm them, it's a good ploy on everyone's part. But here's the thing, dude. That's in real life situations. That's different. But this is a story based on a fucking story that J.R. Tolkien created of the Middle Earth lore. You don't change that, man. Elrond is the fucking godson of Lady Galadriel. My God, man. It's like... Ay, oh mio, man. He then shared how there were significant discussions between himself, Clark, and the showrunners regarding the scene. It was a fun thing to talk about with Galadriel actor Moffat Clark and showrunner J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay as well. They have had some really interesting things to say about elves who express love in this world. We had some really pressing conversations about throughout, so it was a really interesting thing to do on the day. Finally, Benjamin Walker, who plays Gil-galad, attempted another argument telling the outlet, it's also a life and death situation for Elrond. It's a Hail Mary pass, but it's also in a position of our fellowship in being human, that we impose our interpretation of what a kiss means for another species. Albeit a fictional and mortal one, what would a kiss mean to them? I think that's a really interesting way to look at it. As noted by Nerd Cookies, Aramayo's argument does not hold water given what exactly occurs in the scene. Furthermore, the idea that an opponent doing something shocking would disarm them is ludicrous. It's highly likely it would raise your suspicions even further and make them even more suspicious. Regarding Walker's claim, Tolkien makes it abundantly clear that the elves are very similar to men when it comes to romance. In Tolkien's of Beren and Lothlorien's story found within the Silmarillion, Tolkien wrote near the end, there she set her arms about Beren and kissed him, binding him away here beyond the western sea. He looked upon her eyes as the spirit left him. Lothlorien eventually chooses to return to Middle-earth to be with Beren. This doom she chooses, forsaking the blessed realm and putting aside all claim to kingship with those that dwell there, that thus wherever grief might lie in wait, the fates of Beren and Lothlorien might be joined, and their paths lay together beyond the confines of the world. See, man, this is the problem with this fucking show, bro. Jesus God, I cannot believe what they did, bro. This is ridiculous. If you guys looked at my last video, you would see that Elrond is the son-in-law of Lady Galadriel, bro. That goes to show you that the showrunners don't give a shit. They just wanted to do their own story and change it, bro. Man, I want to see what this show's rating right now. I want to check the show's ratings. So let's take a look at the show's ratings before we get into production here. Let's see here, man. I want to take a look at this right now real quick. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. See, right now... No, wait. Oops. Here we go. That's what I want. Okay. So right now the show's at 48%. It is at 48% right now in negative reviews. Of course, the critics rated it 84 like a bunch of retards. But 48%. That tells you the show sucks. But you guys let me know in the comments, what do you think about this? All right. So if you like the video, hit the like button, share this video, post a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts about this this article. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button for me. All right, guys. You guys have a lovely day. Bye for now.